Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be talking about a really interesting topic that I discuss a lot with my friends and in intellectual banter. um, and that is the taboo around breasts. And specifically, I'm going to be talking about, of course, female breasts. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are like, female breasts, the only breasts that exist are female breasts. And actually, that is not true. Males have breasts just like females do. The only difference is that male breasts are not developed. And in most females, breasts are fully developed, or at least partly developed. Well, as you all probably know, showing your breasts in public is illegal. And it is also, of course, a total cultural no-no. I mean, people don't just like take off their top, in any kind of setting, really. The most you can really show is just wearing like a bra or a bikini top. And even in that, in a lot of cases, you see women being called sluts or whores, because they're wearing a small top. But yeah, if a guy is shirtless, even in a normal social situation, which males that are shirtless in some cases are not ashamed or anything like that, usually more casual group settings. And so, of course, this shows the vast inequalities between men and women in that sense. The question is, why are breasts treated this way? Why are they such a taboo? And I think the answer is it's pretty complicated, but in short, it's the sexualization of breasts, the objectification of breasts, and also the taboo around it creates a sort of cyclical effect, which I'll explain. Now, the sexualization is pretty self-explanatory, I think. I mean, breasts are used in sexually explicit manners all the time. Seeing breasts, males are socialized to, when they see breasts or cleavage, to kind of be turned on. And that's part of their schema. That's part of how we've been taught to organize this specific piece of information. And, from a very, very young age, the association is made between breasts and sex. And it's very hard to break that association over time. And I should note too that it is not this way in all cultures. It is, especially in American culture, also in European culture, but not to the same degree. Women can usually take off their tops at beaches and stuff, and it's normal, which is, in America, it's never really normal to have your top off. And the objectification of breasts is seen in things like media, movies, advertising, all of that stuff, in which breasts are used to sell a product or service, or used in ways to get your attention, whatever. So basically they're used as objects and not as body parts. And this happens, of course, all the time. And just look at any advertisement, promo, or anything that's out there. And, it's really not unusual at all to see breasts hanging out there. And of course it attracts attention. I mean, the thing I think of is the new PETA ad with Courtney what's-her-face in it, where her top is like down to here and she's talking about how she's a vegetarian. And of course, we move on to the cycle of the taboo. And I'll explain exactly what I mean by this. By saying that breasts are off limits and creating this taboo around them, we then enforce it into our children and into other generations, of course, through various teachings, through socialization, and even through things like advertising and media. And we teach them in all of these ways and enforce the idea that breasts are a taboo and they are off limits. And so in this way, the taboo is then spread to other areas of life and then enforced in the next generation. And this is the way that the taboo is cycled. And in this cycle, this is how the taboo lives on. And it's this cyclical effect, and this lack of questioning that's going on is what really perpetuates this idea of being for sexual purposes only. And the next point that I really have to talk about is, of course, breastfeeding. Breasts purpose, believe it or not, is for nothing sexual. It's just to feed babies. So it's really interesting that they're really taken so in this really sexual manner. But a lot of times now, women can't even breastfeed their children in public anymore. There are laws against it. People will often try to shame those women who do it. It's seen as gross or disgusting or distasteful. And I think that's a totally bad attitude, because now, we're seeing a lack of breastfeeding in the United States. So according to the Center for Disease Control, only 12.3% of women in the United States breastfeed their babies only some of the time for the first year of their lives. And only 65% do it from birth. So about 35% of babies are never breastfed at all. So in 48 out of 50 states, showing your breasts in public is illegal. And the only 2 states where it is legal are New York and Maine. It is cited as indecent exposure if you do show your breasts in public, and you will most likely be arrested, or at least, the very least, the neighbors will probably complain. And of course, males showing off their breasts is not illegal. As I said before, it is considered normal in a lot of casual social settings, just being outside mowing the lawn, whatever. And it's, of course, not like this for females. So should it be illegal for women to expose their breasts? I think absolutely it should be. My first reason, of course, is for personal rights. If somebody wants to take their top off, they should have every right to do that. If somebody wants to be fully naked, they should be able to do that. I just don't believe taking away people's personal freedoms like this, especially when it comes to their own bodies. I think that is totally wrong and totally not the place of the government to sanction. Also, I totally see the double standard here. Men can have their shirts off, no big deal, whatever. Women, if they take their top off, oh my gosh, hide the children's. And this isn't fair at all. And actually, by keeping breasts illegal, we're enforcing the taboo. The taboo cycle is being carried on. And because the reason that people would cite for breasts being illegal in favor of that would be that, they're private parts, they're too sexual. These things, of course, come from the ways that we're socialized and conditioned into thinking. If breasts, and this is because we don't see them, and they're not out in the everyday world, and they have this forbidden fruit aspect around them. So if we made it illegal for women to take off their shirts, and we also socially encouraged it, we would, of course, see more women start to take off their tops in public settings. And then slowly but surely, people would get used to seeing breasts, just like an arm or a leg or whatever body part. And then we would see the decline of their objectification, because it would just be a normal body part. And same with their sexualization. Again, it would just be like a guy's chest, an arm, a leg, whatever. It would be seen as a completely normal, healthy part of the human body. Then, of course, this whole double standard taboo around breasts would be gone and eliminated. So, of course, and the question then is this something we should do? And I say absolutely. And again, it's not fair to have a double standard. And the objectification and sexualization of breasts have many harmful effects on women, because they limit us and oppress us in the ways that we can express and show off our bodies. All right, everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will probably link an article in the description of a blog that I wrote about this, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!